This video will be in two parts. I think medical people are great, but I don't think they understand.
Hello, my name is Dr. Derek O'Donnell, and I wanted to demonstrate how to do refraction in some of these underserved areas that we're able to dispense some donated lenses and frames to help this population. Okay, the first thing that we're going to show you to do is to have them read the eye chart. So the first thing you can do is just read it with both eyes together and go as far down as they can. You all should have an eye chart. It will be placed somewhere from 10 to 20 feet away from the patient, and they can just read down. If they're able to read 20/40 or better, they will not need a pair of glasses for the distance. If they're unable to do that with the two eyes together, have them cover one eye, read as far down as they can, and then cover the other eye and read as far down as they can with each of those eyes. If you want to record that somewhere, that's nice to give you a starting point to see what type of glasses would help them best. But anyone that is 20/40 or better will not need a pair of glasses for the distance. You can do the same thing then for close. Here is an eye chart for the close vision. Okay, now I'm going to further demonstrate how to do a manual lens rack refraction. This is considered a lens rack. There are different lens powers within these racks, and they show the number right below the lens to tell you what the power is. It doesn't really matter how they find the power or what those numbers are. You can just consider units of measure. They're actually considered diopters. But the farther the power is from zero, or the larger the number, the greater the lens power is for that patient. So what I usually recommend is you can start with the eye that they see worst, or always just do their right eye if they were not able to read 20/40 on the eye chart. You can have them cover their opposite eye. So Terry, if you could demonstrate and cover your left eye. What I do is the orange or red handles are minus powers. The black handles are plus powers. And to start off with, I usually recommend just taking, there's a 1 on each of these, and to show the difference between a -1, we'll call this lens number 1, okay? And then show them the +1, which is lens number 2. And there's an eye chart they're looking out around that 10 to 20 feet distance away, and you say, put the lens right in front of their eye so that their pupil, the black area, is right in the center of the lens power that you want to show them. So you say, just to stand, best to use both hands, so better with lens number 1 or lens number 2. Number 2. Okay, so Terry likes number 2 better. So that tells us that he likes the minus power or the orange or red power better. So in that case, whenever you look into this lens rack, you can eliminate using any of the black lens racks at this stage of it. And all we need is to use the orange or red ones. Okay,
Now, what was wrong with that video? I dearly love medical people, but I don't consider refractions between +1.5 and -1.5 to be an organic or medical defect requiring medical treatment. How you judge that will be up to you. Notice how they consider, and I consider too, 20/40 to be absolutely reasonable. I would not prescribe a lens for myself if I were 20/40. Now, I'm an engineer, and I'm not stupid, I'm not dumb, and I do know how to make measurements, including my own refraction. I guess my fault is I expect this degree of intelligence and motivation to be in the person himself. Sitting in office, I will never think that. At home, dealing with you personally, I would think that way. And if you're my son or child, I would respect you in that sense. Now, what often happens in office, a minus lens is held up, giving you 20/15, and you're prescribed a -2 when you're 20/40. You will only know this if you check yourself. Now, because of the records I've shown, each year you spend in school, you go down half a diopter each year. Children faster, 2/3 diopter per year. Absolutely nothing is said to the parents, nothing is said to the child, and virtually anyone in optometry knows that's exactly what's going to happen. That going down, what is it? It's not genetic. It's the kids with the nose on the page, and it's just school, plain and simple. How can you stop that? With a plus lens when you're 20/40. If you have the interest, long-term motivation, intelligence, and everything else that is part of science. If you don't have that, I probably shouldn't talk to you. If you do, and you want to qualify as a pilot, then you must get rid of the near environment when you're 20/40. Don't want to do it? Don't like the plus? That's no skin off my nose. You're the one who's going to lose. Look at the medical person. He's not concerned with your intelligence, your motivation, what you want in your life, what is important in your life. None of that crosses his mind. All he's going to do is hold up a lens rack, and if a minus, give you a strong minus and send you on your way. Nothing wrong with that, but if you start with a minus lens, the possibility of getting out is pretty much finished. I'm sorry that medicine breaks down to that level, but has never gotten better in the past 400 years. It just does not, because of the person sitting in the chair, not knowing what's going on, not having any goal in his life, not having any science in him, and the guy holding the lens rack doesn't know you. In a way, he doesn't want to know. He just wants to get you on your way. So if these discussions are something you don't enjoy when you're 20/40 or 20/50, or don't want to take any of this seriously, that's okay by me. I personally won't make claims much beyond 20/40 or 20/50. I think a person's got to have the intelligence and motivation for it. And this is long term. And I know full well that man sitting in the chair does not have the motivation. Nobody can put any motivation in him, and that's you. Any prevention is a long-term proposition. I'll state this for Jake Steiner and a few others. It's not trivia, and I certainly don't make claims much beyond 20/40, 50, or 20/60. But at those levels, you better wake up, better grow up, better think about your future. Again, positive, negative states the normal eye in that range, +1.5 to -1.5, are totally normal. You just don't want to be negative. So please don't take this as a criticism of medicine, because they absolutely cannot do anything about it. And worse, they're absolutely never going to do anything about it either. It's got to be in you, or it will not exist. Thank you.